It is 8:10, and in studio this morning is my friend Bernadette Boylan from the Children's Bureau. And first of all, good morning. Happy holidays.
Good morning. Happy holidays. Thanks for having me yet again.
Always a pleasure. Love having you in. Hate the message because it makes me sad. But we got to do it.
Yes.
And so let's do it. We're going to do it. And we're going to get, hopefully, those maybe on the fence about foster care. Maybe we can just tip them over the side a little bit with some information because, boy, do we need families. I'm going to give out a website throughout the interview. It is allforkids.org. Here is where you can find some information on foster care. You can find out maybe a couple of questions that you might have answered on the website, allforkids.org. And it's all for kids, the number 4, allforkids.org. Bernadette, tell me the need for families. How out of control is it at this point?
I mean, to sum it up in a nutshell right away, there are way more children out there and in the system than there are families who can provide the care for them. So the idea here is that most children have a sibling connected to them. That's usually not just one child. So we're talking about 2, 3, 4 sets, sibling sets. So we're looking for families who, yes, maybe you just want to take a baby. We have a need for that. But we're also looking for families who can take a couple children at a time because they're out there and there aren't enough families. And when I say families look very different. And part of the thing I want people to understand is you can be single and do this. You don't have to have a husband or a wife or a partner and 2 or 3 children of your own. This is something you can do as a single person.
Which has changed, Bernadette. Over the years, we have seen stereotypically TV shows because that's where, that's where we get most of our information, whether or not the TV show is fictional or real, right? Mm-hmm. We get that information that's kind of stored in our brains, and we have been kind of conditioned to see that it's got to be this perfect family with the picket fence, and that's how the system will pick us, and that's just not the case anymore.
Not even close, because that doesn't exist. I don't know, not out here in Santa Clarita. I'm sure not in anywhere in Los Angeles. The idea here is that you have the ability, willingness, and resources to care for this child. They need a family. Whether you're here just to foster, which could last for a week or 2, or you're here to offer permanency through adoption. So both routes, the child still needs a family.
The process takes approximately, at best, if everything goes along according to plan, you do your paperwork, the interviews, on and on and on, approximately 90 days?
Yeah, approximately. I like to say that because everybody's different. You do have to live scan, which means a background check, and you're dealing with FBI and all of these kind of things. But your home has to meet a standard, a licensing standard. Some people, their home is ready to go. Other people, you might have to change a thing or two, nothing extravagant. But yeah, we have a social worker, a family development specialist that comes out and talks with you and gets your background. So if everything kind of runs smoothly, you're looking at about 90 days.
There could be some small things. I know a family who beautiful home, was all ready to go, had to change one thing. And the one thing was right at the back door, they had a pool.
Right.
And at the back door, they didn't have a little alarm on their slider, which they needed to connect. It can be as small as those little that take 10 minutes, $10. You need to kind of just do those little things.
Correct. I think there are a lot of myths around foster care, and people think they have to have a lot of money and their house has to be huge and they have to do all of these renovations. Most of the stuff is, run to Home Depot, get what you need,
Right.
and fix it, and you're good to go. You're not going to be breaking down walls and doing crazy stuff.
It's just about it's safety.
It's safety.
It's just about safety to make sure no accidents can happen, because we've gotten to live at those in the homes, and so we're used to whatever we have.
Right.
But having a new person in there, especially if the new person is an older person who just doesn't realize that there are little things here and there, and you got to fix, which is not a big deal,
No.
but it's got to be done. So that's question answered about, fixing no big renovations, just the safety side of things. Just one of the questions you may have. Big event coming up that we need to talk about. It's called an informational meeting. If you have ever wanted to foster or adopt, and everyone has questions, and everyone has like a million questions. There's not just one, because you have to feel that you're okay to do this. Are you making the right choice? Are you capable of doing it? What's the process? You're going to probably ask what the process is 20 times over.
Right.
And right in the middle of the process, you're going to keep asking that question, and that's understandable. So first things first, information meeting. Bernadette, when is that next meeting?
That is coming up this Saturday, the 16th at 10 a.m., and we hold it at College of the Canyons at the Dr. Diane Van Hook University Center in room 222. This is going to be your first step in this process. No obligation. Come, listen. You'll get some background on the program and the process, and you get to ask every question you could possibly think of. And one of my social workers, actually, that I supervise, is the one who runs the meeting. So she knows the ins and outs. And hey, say you come and you're really interested and you think you might want to take the next step, it's an opportunity for you to pick up an application and move on to the next step.
No question is stupid.
Nope. Oh, goodness. In fact, if you're not asking questions, I'm going to be wondering. This is not something everybody knows about. The average person does not know about foster care and adoption. We want the questions. We really do. Because you have to really decide if this is right. Are you able to protect and nurture a child? Are you able to meet their needs and address any delays they might have? Are you willing to support their relationship with their birth family? Are you willing to connect them to relationships intended to last a lifetime? And really, are you able to do this as a member of our team? That's what we're asking for. If you can say yes to those 5 things, please come to the info meeting.
Info meeting this Saturday at COC, room 222, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Bring your coffee, bring something to write with, and a piece of paper and a pencil. Ask questions, come prepared with questions, and this just might be for you. In the meantime, because now it's only Monday, we still have a week ahead of us. If you have some preliminary questions, the website's there for you. all4kids.org, all 4 kids, and then it's spelled with the number 4, not with the word 4, all4kids.org. Bernadette, anything else we're missing that we want to get across before Saturday?
I just want people out there to know that it is possible for you to open up your home and your family to a child in need. These are kids like your kids, my kids. They've just had some trauma and loss, and that needs to be addressed. But in the meantime, they're really looking for love and consistency. It's not something that you think, oh, there's no way I can help a child. We can all help a child. It's the holiday time. Please stop. Think about all the kids out there in need, and please come to the info meeting.
You got it. We can do this, Bernadette.
We can.
We can do it. Always a pleasure. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.